Okay, so you know the whole bit that like Ohio isn't real. That's a pretty common bit, and I don't think that that's beyond.
Too old. Nope.
What?
Too old.
Okay.
It's not a common bit
So
if
there's-
you're past a Gen Zer. I think.
There's
Friends with enough Gen Z people, I know what
there's
this
a
means.
bit where people say that Ohio isn't a real place because Ohio is a terrible place.
It is a terrible
So
place. That's
it
true.
was just like a culturally present joke at the time of its coining, and they've taken it and turned it into, I don't really know. It is taken to mean like an absurd, unknowable place, right?
And you just say it. You just
Person,
say the
place,
word
or
Ohio.
thing.
You could just say something is Ohio,
That's wild.
can-
Or someone
Language
is Ohio?
crazy.
or someone is Ohio.
Because that's what my kids say.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
I am
Ohio.
so old.
Negative
How
aura.
does this work for people who actually live there? Do they
I
just say
don't
we don't
know.
exist?
They ignore it.
I heard
Or they
Ohio was like
feel
one of the most
bad.
haunted places too.
It's where most of the serial killers have come from.
I mean, that
It's
makes
true.
There you
sense.
go.
That's
Serial
true.
killers, presidents, and astronauts.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Ohio
All
is
about the same,
producing
yeah.
extremities in
Yeah.
the American
Oh,
populace.
and cult leaders.
ah.
That makes
a
that
lot
matters.
of sense.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
What
That's
is
because they
GT?
haven't been to Korea yet.
Ohio?
Now, JT, what's a gooning?
I heard that, Jen.
I
What's
can't.
gooning?
What?
Explain this.
I don't
Explain
know
gooning.
if I can.
We are not
explain this
explaining
one on
gooning right now. I
stream.
am not
don't
at
know if
work.
That's. I don't know if that's gonna violate the Twitch TOS if I explain that
Okay,
to
I
you.
do know that one.
Interesting,
I do know that
interesting.
one.
It
I need
is-
to be on the clock if we
Okay,
are having
wait,
that
hold on.
conversation.
I can explain that
yes,
turn it has
Wisconsin
taken to
is
have entered
listening.
kids' vocabulary because its original definition is deeply, deeply inappropriate for
Mhm.
discussion. But
Hmm, I
it
see.
has become a pseudonym, a word, along with edging, mind you,
Yep.
to mean
Yep.
dating or
What?
in some form of relationship with.
Or just pining over somebody.
What?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Kids, man.
No, for real.
Kids.
Edging?
Yeah.
Edging, yes,
Yeah.
edging and gooning because they are
Mhm.
because
No,
conceptually.
Gooning I can accept because like it was silly in the begin with. Like even
Right.
like the original concept. But
Yes.
edging specific
Yes.
we're live right now. I know people can hear me. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is important. We got to talk through
No,
it.
we have to
Yeah,
talk
we
about
do.
this.
Absolutely.
This is part of
edging
it.
has a very specific
Mhm.
and like
a very
historic
specific
meaning and
yeah.
cultural
Denial.
meaning.
It's like a denial.
The original like
Interesting.
joke definition of gooning is close enough to edging that they both sort of got co-appropriated
Yes.
into this like
I am constantly like, please do
particular
not say that.
vocabulary.
Nope. We're not watching that. They,
Pages
nope.
and pages
That's
of
not for
Urban
you.
Dictionary definitions just ignored.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't fight in the internet mines for the kids to ignore all the hard work we've done.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It is an uphill
Honestly, they
battle
have built on it.
every day.
I hate to say it.
It's maybe
I
not the
really
foundation
do.
we meant to lay for them, but we they
Urban
are building
Dictionary
upon
has
it.
fallen out of favor with the youths.
Yeah, we
Mm.
can't. Urban Dictionaries for old people now. Well,
It is.
Wow.
It's for old.
We're old.
It's-
Wait,
for
then
old,
where did
so
they
sorry.
collectively learn that they're all behind on
Roblox.
something?
TikTok.
Fucking Roblox, I
Roblox.
knew it. I knew it.
It is.
No, let's be honest, it
Roblox
was
is a
Club
massive
Penguin.
cultural
learned
zeitgeist.
in
It's
Club
crazy.
Penguin.
Okay,
Roblox
so
was a
bad
mistake.
because I know that we need to start the game, and I'm so
fine.
dedicated. Roblox is a math game.
No. Roblox
No.
is basically a giant you know how Minecraft you can
Yes,
have make
I
it's
know
basically a more public Minecraft with more shitty people on it
Yeah, it is. It is.
and children.
Its
Oh.
culture
Oh my
has
God.
degraded way more than Minecraft's could ever have hoped to.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna date myself, but maybe most of the people here will know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
It's like Second Life
Yes.
Mhm.
for kids.
Mhm.
Do you know Second
But-
Life?
Yeah.
But also not for
JT, you know
kids
Second Life?
at the same
I
time.
I do. I do know. Okay,
Second
so
Life
I know. I know
Yeah.
Second Life. I
JT
know.
knows Second Life and fan fiction.
I
I
like
know
them all
IMVU.
nodding.
I can tell you all
IMVU
about
is a
the
big
horrors.
one.
of Roblox.
Second Life. There was another one. Oh,
You know
God,
Gaia?
second-
Do you know Guy Online?
Oh God,
familiar
that's
with
a
Gaia.
flashback.
Oh yeah.
I was not. I was
Yeah.
not old
Oh,
enough
oh.
to get on Gaia at
Oh.
its peak, but
And was it
Mm.
Eve? Was the other one?
no,
Well,
Eve Online is a
Ragnarok
spreadsheet
Online.
simulator.
Yeah.
Eve
I
is
don't
a
think
Eve on
different
Roblox
Online
thing.
counts.
Weird.
Roblox does not
Yeah.
count as PG-13. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Like, unless you're like in very specific worlds, like do not go to Brookhaven. Do not go to, you know what I mean? There's certain places.
Don't go to
yeah,
Ohio.
because my kids spend
Don't go to Ohio.
enough time on Roblox that I'm constantly
throwback.
like, nope, not that world. Nope, don't be in there. Nope, don't. We're not playing that game.
Hi, chat. Welcome to
Hi,
Roblox
everybody.
Talk.
Yeah.
Taking
Sorry, this is
advantage
where-
of me being the youngest one in this call at all
We've
times.
conquered
JT,
the
you're
internet.
not actually like baby anymore. So
I'm
like,
not.
No,
I'm the-
we've
I'm
hit a
just-
whole
we're
quarter
all-
century.
Apparently,
we're all
half
just at the
Will's
point where
age.
people call us, give us like titles for no reason. I get called sir, and I go like, "Who are you talking to?" Like, I don't
I
get it.
hate that. Don't call me ma'am.
If
I'm not a
anyone
man.
ever served me, I would die. I think I would immolate on the spot, like
I got some
just
bad news, JT.
spontaneously. Don't do it.
It's a
No,
coming.
it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna
It's
do
gonna
it.
happen.
It's gonna
It's
happen.
gonna
I was
happen.
just having a conversation with my partner about this because he was like, "What is it with sir that people like don't like anymore?" Because he just will be like, "Oh, thank you, sir." Like, he'll just say it, and then like people will be like, "Don't call me sir," and I'm like, "I don't know what it is. I don't get called
See,
that."
It's
yeah.
authority.
man.
Is
It's
it
the
authority?
Southern in me. It's like, thank you. Yeah, yes sir, no sir. Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't understand
Like,
why it's respectful. I
Well,
never
because like
did.
in Korea, we're always like, "Oh,
Oh.
title. I'm gonna call you by your
Mhm.
title," you know. So like, calling you by your name would be disrespectful. Like in Korea, like calling you by your title would be better.
I
It's
wonder- I
daddy
wonder
or
if it's-
nothing.
I will be calling Will Daddy from here on.
Okay,
Please do.
we gotta
Please
rename. We gotta rename Will on the overlay.
Chat,
and
change
it's
storyteller
Change
to
your
daddy
name.
right
Change your name
now.
right now. Change it.
Do it,
I
coward.
Right
literally
now.
can't. This is a GIF.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So-
right. You did change it.
No.
So next session, I expect storyteller to be
That's
changed.
fine.
Yeah. To daddy.
Yeah, well, listen,
Mm-hmm.
my name in the Entropy Emporium Discord is already Cool Dad.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
it
is
is-
true.
it
You
is
just need to
cool,
add
Dad.
a little bit to it.
Yeah.
By
Right,
the
Cool
way, you
Daddy.
could join the
Yeah,
Discord.
that would make sense.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I mean, JT could change that. JT has that power.
Yeah, but I would
Mhm.
never change someone's Discord nickname. That's cool.
I think you
Yes,
have to do it
me
yourself just
neither.
because.
That is such a lie.
Oh, I have to do it. I was
Oh,
gonna
like-
say.
The principle of it is like you have to do it yourself.
What are you talking about, Cass?
Oh, JT's like, I've never changed someone's Discord name. I'm like,
Oh.
the chaos server exists.
Well, the chaos server is different. There are no rules.
It's called the Chaos Server.
It's called the Chaos
That's
Server.
true.
You
That's
signed
true.
up for
Chaos.
this.
So
We did
You know,
sign up for this.
Speaking of
roll
Entropy
dice.
Emporium lore, that's where the idea originated. Was the chaos
With the
board.
chaos server.
Yeah.
This is
rolling
our
dice,
fault.
playing
Anyway,
games,
sorry.
speaking of
We went down a
Entropy
rabbit
Emporium,
hole.
speaking of Entropy Emporium, hi, that's us.
We did
This is
it.
God Complex. I'll pass it over to Will in a minute. First, some minor housekeeping. You may have seen about 20 minutes ago. I don't actually know how long ago. 20 minutes ago, I posted a couple links in chat. The first one was for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund Tiltify that we have running at all times. That is a charity that we are running because nobody is free until we are all free. And Entropy Emporium very firmly and very abundantly stands with a free Palestine, which I think right now needs to be said more than ever. So that's where we stand on it, and that is where I will always stand on it, just to be as clear as possible. Next, if you like what we do, if you like what you see, we have a Discord. It's a community Discord. Everybody in it is feral and crazy most of the time. We have a lot of really good shows, and they really, really feel proud of them, and they should, because they're very good shows. So you can come and engage in revelry with them as they do that, if it behooves you. So feel free to come and do that. And so I will pass it on over to our cool game daddy, Will, if you would like to take it away.
I do like that we're slowly, between this and TCOV, we're slowly introducing the LFTA policy of just talking about bullshit for 15 minutes before we actually start playing the game. I appreciate that. Hi, hello, my name is Will. I'm the storyteller for this particular game that we call God Complex. It's a Girl by Moonlight campaign. We've been playing it for 5 episodes. And we're about to start a new cycle of play since we just finished a mission last session. And I think that's pretty much everything I have to say. So pass it off to our cast of characters. We'll go through some quick introductions. Do we want to do alphabetical order or do we want a popcorn?
You're in
We're doing
charge.
alphabetical
Start
order.
with Cass.
Yep. We're doing alphabetical order. Cass, you're first.
Hi guys. Stay. Sorry, we're bargaining with the toddler. And by toddler I mean my dog.
An actual toddler.
I don't have children. I have fur children. What was I supposed to be doing? Hi, I am Cass. I am Yoda Almighty on the socials, and I am playing Troy and Moat, call sign Ati. And what else did you want, Daddy?
What's your favorite color?
Instant
I couldn't do it
regret.
with a straight face. I couldn't do it.
I am not calling you that on stream, by the way.
Instant
So you
regret.
know.
I can't even
On
say the word.
stream. That's it, Cass. You're good.
Okay, I've
Izzy?
done my duty.
Cool. Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm Z_mist on Twitter and pretty much just Twitter. I am playing Tolu Ajaka, call sign Bumblebee, / the Unlikely Hero playbook, and I have learned a lot about Gen Z lingo today.
And speaking
I'm
of Gen Z lingo,
So
sorry,
sad.
Izzy.
Nope, you're fine.
Speaking of Gen Z lingo, JT.
Hi, I'm JT. I'm the unfortunate connection point between everyone here and everything that Gen Z is doing. I do not consider myself Gen Z, for the record. I only know what I know because I was forced to learn and adapt. I was born in '99. I will
Sounds
say
like
that.
something a Gen Z would say.
Yeah,
That doesn't count. It's different. It's the Black Eyed Peas generation, 95 to 99 intersection. Anyway, I'll be playing Cogs. Cogs is also not Gen Z. He's stuck in a time loop though. So
I was gonna
that's
say
kinda-
Cogs is like Gen
kinda
Z, 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 Z,
Yeah.
something like that.
We protect cogs at all costs.
It's true.
Ah, well, you don't even. I mean, okay.
I don't know.
So true. Logan?
Hi everyone, my name is Logan. You can catch me on the internet at Logan the GM in most places. But right now you can catch me as Chief Roswell, Chief Garm. But I am the Guardian. I throw myself at problems with a wrench, or throw myself at big problems with the giant robot. Whatever, is most convenient. And I guess what I learned today is that Will is daddy, so thank you, daddy.
So happy to help.
Wait,
Janet?
okay, real quick. Will, are you older than me?
I don't remember. I think we established this.
I think we said Will is the oldest by just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Are you?
April.
That is a prerequisite for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Hey, how
cool.
old are you?
35.
Oh, I'm the oldest.
You are?
Yeah, I'm 38.
I thought you were a whole child.
No, I look like a child. It's those Asian genes, I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Damn,
The
I
whole
feel
child.
That's also news to me.
bamboozled.
Like, I
Yeah.
thought we were the same age. I didn't know.
Oh
you were
no,
older than
I
me.
just,
I thought I
I'm a
was the
chameleon.
oldest, and now I feel.
it's okay. All of you can call me daddy. How about that?
Hey,
Okay,
There it is.
if that's what you want.
We'll do that.
Then take it away, Daddy.
Oh, it's my turn. Hi, I'm Youngles, apparently the oldest, and now daddy. So,
Oldles.
I am playing Grace, who is very confused.
Not
As am I.
Oldals. Is he not Oldals?
I love it. It's great. Let's do it.
Youngles the oldals?
Oldles,
Yes.
oldles.
Yes. See, I fool everybody on the internet.
I do.
Some people think I'm white. Some people think I'm young. I'm like just a chameleon.
White and young.
Yeah.
The two
Oh.
things you can be.
The
two genders.
Oh, God.
Oh. We live in a society.
We do.
I am playing Grace, who is also probably young. I don't really know. Anyway, hi. I'm here. Let's go. I don't know what else to say. You threw me all.
That's plenty, I think. I think that's all that needs to be said, which means that we can go ahead and dive into our game. We were going to pick up. It's pretty much maybe I think maybe 24 hours at most after the conclusion of the last mission. And I think where we are going to begin is with our obligation phase, but instead of asking if anybody has an idea, if anybody wants to go first for the obligation phase, specifically Jen, I'd like to start with you.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, since you were
Let's do it.
absent last time.
I was.
So I just need to know which of your attributes is your lowest, sun, moon, or stars. And that's the dots in the first column when you add those together.
I have like one in each.
Right. Okay, so yours is mixed, which I appreciate.
Like me. A
Just
coincidence.
like you. So then in this case, you tell me what you want to roll. Do you want this to be, so sun is your obligation involves scary people or circumstances, or it is physically taxing. If it's moon, your obligation breaks your heart and drives you to despair. Or if it's stars, your obligation puts you under social pressure or sets off your anxiety.
I would say stars.
I love that. So go ahead and roll one die.
What kind of die?
1d6.
1d6. Okay.
Yeah.
5.
Okay,
Nice.
very cool. That is great. So you were going to take one stress.
Okay.
And I think where we're going to
I
begin with our... Sorry.
Still have all my stress from the last time.
You did
No? Okay.
not... Yeah, you did not eclipse. So
Okay.
no, you are
So
clear.
okay. Cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
So where we are going to begin is in the infirmary. As you wake up, Grace, in one of the metabolic healing chambers that take up most of the walls, actually, in the infirmary. Your eyes kind of flutter open. You look around, you realize you're in the infirmary. This is not uncommon for you. And sensing that you have regained consciousness, because there are a few instruments sort of attached to either of your temples and a few wires attached to other parts of your body as well, reading your vitals and maybe other things as well. The chamber decompresses with a hiss, and the glass cover slides open, slightly fogged from your breath. And yeah, you're wearing like the equivalent of patient scrubs. And Dr. Haynes bustles over to you from where he is standing. Grace, welcome back. How are you feeling?
Did it happen again?
I'm afraid it did.
Well, how long was I out for this time, Doc?
Close to 2 days, I'm afraid.
Wow. I think, has that been the longest? That was that one time I was out. Was that the longest?
Not quite, but it seems to be getting longer each time, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, not for me. Feels like I was just yesterday or 5 minutes ago, but I'll take your word for it.
Do you remember anything?
And Grace like pauses like very long, as in and I think Dr. Haynes knows this because like he knows that Grace is constantly just keeping things, and just like, no, I mean, I had dreams, kind of, but I can't remember what they are now.
I will ask you, is Grace lying?
Sort of. Because she remembers the feeling of the dreams, but doesn't remember what they were. Because I imagine they're no longer with her, if you know what I mean.
He looks down at the data pad that he's holding in his hand and says, That's very strange, Grace. Your vitals are spiking.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just, because I'm up now and awake. And I wasn't before, previously. Till just now. And she's like looking at her, like, I imagine she has like a watch or something. And she's just like trying to control her breath and her like everything to kind of make it like all come back down. But obviously unsuccessfully. That's not actually happening. And so she kind of changes the subject and goes, well, I mean, the only explanation would be if you were like siphoning my memories or something, right? Like, but you wouldn't do that because that would be weird. Why, I usually don't remember my dreams anyway, so it's probably not a big deal. Can I go now?
I think we're done for today.
Same time next week?
Unless I see you sooner, but let's cross our fingers.
Cross our fingers that you do or you don't.
That you don't need to come here sooner than your regularly scheduled treatment.
You're no fun. Okay. Grace hops out and tries very hard to look over. Like, I imagine you're like facing me with like the clipboard pad thing. Not a clipboard, but like the data pad. And like Grace, as I walk past you, is like trying really hard to look and see what is on the data pad.
Yeah, I think you see lines and lines of notes, but I think the text is too small for you to really make anything out, at least in a quick glance. But you can basically tell that he has probably what looks like extensive notes about you. Potentially something that you could try to get your hands on if you were more curious, but that would, of course, be quite a risk. Other than that, I think you can kind of see like a spectrographic image of yourself, but with the instruments disconnected from your body, it's just grayed out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what you see at a glance.
Okay.
But as you move to leave the infirmary, he's going to call after you. Dr. Haynes is going to call after you, and he's going to say, Grace, just so you're not caught unawares, given the increasing frequency of these episodes, I'm going to recommend that we install more robust sensors within your engine, just so we can keep an eye on things and make sure that one of these states doesn't overtake you in the field.
You're the expert, although you know how Carrot gets, how Duncan gets every time. You add more sensors. You don't necessarily like it.
I understand, and if there was any other option, I would prefer not to infringe on your privacy. But I'm sure it's nothing the chief can't manage.
Yeah, I mean, this probably happens to everybody anyway. I'm sure everybody's like, it's a little weird every time you add stuff to it. How come nobody else has to take naps?
Nobody else has shown any symptoms of your unique condition.
Oh, so you're saying I'm special.
I don't think there was ever any doubt of that, Grace.
I mean, all right, well, do I need to be there when you're adding sensors this time? Or do you think...
No,
Okay.
of course not. I'll put in the work order.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about it.
All right. Maybe... Do you think maybe it'll tell you why I have to take naps? When do you think we'll figure that out?
Do you think it's connected to your engine in some way?
I don't know. I just know that you keep adding sensors to them. And then I keep having to take more naps.
Well, the naps are indicative of your condition. They're not a treatment for your condition. You are falling asleep at inopportune times for extended periods of time, and we're trying to figure out why that's happening. And obviously, it would be catastrophic if you were to have an episode while you were in the middle of a mission.
Oh, yeah. Like that one time.
Like that one time.
All right. Just next time, can we have snacks when I wake up? Like, that would be great, because I'm starving. Maybe just like a little cooler. Some tater tots.
I'll see what I can do.
Cool.
But I believe they were serving tater tots in the mess hall today, so.
Oh, sweet. Okay, out. And Grace, like, gives a little salute and, like, runs to the mess hall because she's
Cool.
starving.
Very cool. Moving around the most obvious situations from last time that have resulted in obligation phases. Cass, I'd like to go to you next.
Me?
You, in fact,
Aw.
as the first of our engine operators to eclipse. Quite the honor. Cool. So, yeah. I'm interested to hear how that is affecting Troyan, but before we do that, to figure out exactly what kind of situation you find yourself in, what is your lowest attribute?
Well, how did we decide this last time? I think it was moon last time, but I think it's, yeah, because it's the gray column, right? Or is the little thing off to the side?
It's the first one, so.
Yeah, it's moon. And my
Mhm.
heart's already broken, so just hurt it more.
Before I can figure out how much to hurt your heart, I need you to roll 2d6 and take the lower of the two.
Okay. Sure. God damn it. I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Yep. That's rough, buddy.
Ah.
So you are gonna take 5 stress. But you are counting down your stress now.
Oh, that's real good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your stress track is full, and now you get to start unchecking it. And if you get all the way back to the end, that's when you have to retire your character.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
Yeah.
I marked 5 off. Oh,
Yes.
I gotta get out of Eclipse, guys.
It's not a good thing.
No, we in
It's
trouble.
not a good thing. But you do get to uncheck your transcendence, I'm fairly certain. So
Yes.
that does reset for you. Cool. Yeah. So so yeah, I mean, I think do me a favor. Can you read what it says under your eclipse for everybody?
Your friends are leeches and sycophants who will never wield real power. The strong do not owe the weak an explanation. Pursue your goals in the most violent and cruel manner you can, doubly so if it would put your rival in their place.
Good. Very, very good. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, I I think where we are gonna find Troyan is sealed up in your room. Just fully locked into your what is for you and has always been essentially a comfortable cell. I think it's been some time since you've had human contact, because I don't imagine your arrival back onto the Delphi was particularly calm.
Yeah. You know, I'm reading our little chat, and now I'm wondering if I did eclipse.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck it, we're going with it. It's
I
funny.
thought you did.
I thought I did too. But I like this. This is interesting. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Okay. I'm catching up. I'm catching up with the chat. But yeah. All right. I misremembered that. I thought we were talking about it earlier, but
I thought I eclipsed. I really did.
I thought you did too, but I think it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, you eclipse, and then probably Logan was like, actually, you roll for it first.
Wait a second. I'm gonna say, yeah, you were going to eclipse, but then you crit. And that, also lowers our stress. That's why it's important.
You
pulled your ass right out of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. That's
Guys, dynamic storytelling.
Extremely dynamic storytelling.
I don't have to go hunting Izzy down.
I was excited for the hunting.
Because literally to escape Eclipse, I have to see that you aren't intimidated by me, and I don't know that Tolu could manage that right now.
It'd be a lot of crying.
It would be a lot of crying.
Incredible. Okay, cool. Yes, that's fully on me, but we got there. We got there eventually.
Okay.
But I think Troyan, given everything, I think that where we are going to find you is once again in your cell, basically. When the door unexpectedly slides open, I'll ask you first, does Troyan do anything to amuse herself when she's just kind of locked up?
Normally, yes. There's a lot of working out, and I imagine she's convinced somebody to give her a bouncy ball of some kind, and she just whacks it as hard as she can against the door and thumps it. And a lot of humming to herself, and but today she's got her back to the door, which is something she never does. She never puts her back to the door. But today her back is to the door, and she's like almost meditating. So
and the door slides open. You can hear it. There's light suddenly in your room. When you hear Mason say, "You got a visitor."
Who's that?
And you don't receive a reply, but you see Mason's silhouette leave the pool of light cast on your wall from the open door, and a new one take its shape. Taller, not quite as broad.
Oh, turn around.
I'd like to have a word with you, operator. You would recognize Odin's voice.
Step right on in.
The door slides shut. His footsteps don't seem to make a sound.
she's still got her eyes closed and is just meditating.
Took a look through your mission reports.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you came pretty close to losing control.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're going to get that close every time we send you out there?
No. I had a good meal. Feeling a lot better.
So that's all it takes.
No.
What is it that you eat that it eats? Is there a distinction? Should I refer to you as one entity?
And I think this is the moment she stands up and she turns to look at him. And for the last few weeks, months, the black veining has been slowly creeping up the side of her face. And like 24 hours ago, it was almost fully surrounding her eye, but it has receded and started to fade. And her eyes, which had that golden ring in the middle from when she took a nibble of Carnanos, that golden ring is gone and they're just black now. And I think she just comes to parade rest and turns to look at him, tilts her head. There's a difference.
You know, something's always stuck in my craw about your psyche, Val.
Before or after I came back?
I'm not convinced you ever did.
Fair.
You never gave us a call sign. Or you never gave us a name for your engine. One of the two.
Or Ati was lost for so long that the only thing she wants to hear is her own name.
And he kind of leans on the one table in your room, forward, says, and once again, I don't know who you're talking about.
What do you remember about when I disappeared?
Was I there?
I don't know how old is Odin.
He looks pretty old. He looks at least as old as Chief, maybe a little bit older.
Yeah, so roughly the same age as me. Well, relatively speaking.
Mm-hmm. On appearance, but yes.
I don't remember if he would have been on that mission, but I'm sure he, like, probably.
As far as you're aware, Odin is not an operator.
Oh. Okay. Just got it. Really leaning into that all-father bullshit. Okay.
There is Odin the engine.
Yeah,
which
but
is
it
distinct.
is not Odin the man. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. And he's the one with the creepy blue eye, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I'm gonna lean in. I distinctly remember your voice in my ear from before. Been a long time. I don't remember if you were Overwatch on that mission, but you were around. What do you remember?
Our memories do play tricks on us, don't they? Tell me about your wife, operator.
Marina Troy. Pilot of the Zeus engine. Which I notice is hanging in the bay.
You said Zeus, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It has chosen a new operator. Yes. We were able to recover it. I'm looking at your military records, and she was outstanding.
She was.
The best of the best.
Yep.
You were adequate.
Pain in the ass, I think, was written in my file more than once.
Do you think maybe if you took it a little more seriously, you might have been able to save her?
Are you looking for an emotional response here?
Are you experiencing one?
Odin. Children's games. Do you know the time dilation between here and the other side? I've experienced every single emotion hundreds and thousands of times about all this. If I seem to have a sarcastic or flat affect, I think is what the little psych wrote in my file when I came back. Perhaps it's because I've come to terms with my existence as it is. What do you want, Odin? I haven't lied to y'all.
I want to know exactly how dangerous you are to us, and whether that outweighs your usefulness.
See, you could have just asked that.
And that's assuming that I trust you to be honest.
I have not
Or-
lied yet.
Self-aware enough to judge.
Oh, I'm very self-aware. I have to be. My threat level probably shouldn't drop below the baseline you've set since I've been back. Ati is particular and very interested in my survival. But Ati wanted to come home, and so did I. So we found a way.
Home is here.
Home was here. It wasn't there. Home could be here again.
Even with nothing left for you. You'll outlive
Sounds
them
good.
all. Most of them won't last much longer.
Now that's interesting. Who have you got a timer on? The old man, the slightly less older man. The science experiment that doesn't sleep. Or the untrained one. Which one have you got a timer on? What are the bets? I know you take them.
They'll last as long as they last. But
You weren't talking about the operators.
I'm talking about anyone who knew who Alcatroy even was.
Elkid Troy did die that day.
The fact that the chief doesn't even recognize you.
Well, I do look a little different. Also, as I understand it, it's that uncanny valley thing we abyssal humans give off. We don't look right. We don't feel. What was it they used to call it on Earth? We're like cryptids. Don't follow the rules of this universe completely, and so it's a little hard to get a read on us. Even for people who know us very well.
I have a different theory.
What's that?
The calmest and most rational person will start to panic when face to face with a predator.
Yeah, that's it.
Well.
You afraid I'll eat you?
I think one way or another, we'll have our moment.
Not really my type, Odin.
I'm impressed, operator. You clearly had a lot of time out there to master your emotions and sit with your thoughts.
Yeah.
He gathers his things that he brought in with him and he turns to leave, but before he gets to the door and it slides open, he says, I think next time I have questions, I'll try something a little different.
What's that?
We'll see where pain gets us.
Not very far.
I hope that's true.
Odin. How short your timer? Am I gonna outlive you?
It doesn't seem likely.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
You believe? Does anything change in Troyan's demeanor or mannerisms or anything like that once the threat is out of the room. Because you did take 5 stress from that, no matter how cool you played it off.
Yeah, actually. And it's kind of weird. She's kind of had this weird... She's been a predator wearing human skin this whole time. She seems more human now. And like every movement has been very purposeful, has like had an intent behind it. But anyone who knew Troyan before would notice the same kind of nervous tics she had as a human being. Tapping her fingers against her thigh, you know, dancing in a particular way around a room to kind of clear her head. Like, yeah, anyone watching the security footage who knew Troyan or knew Alki, yeah, they're not looking at Troyan anymore. This is more Alki.
Fantastic. And aboard the Delphi, where I'd like to go next, is to our unlikely hero, Tolu. Tolu, glancing at your sheet, I think I'm going to need you to roll with stars for your obligation.
Okay, so I rolled 2 dice.
2d6, take the
Two-
lower.
That's a 2.
Okay, so you're going to take 4 stress.
Okay, I can do 4.
Yeah, 4 is pretty easy. Also, that reminds me, Cass, you didn't have the 2 from before because you didn't eclipse, so your stress cleared at the end of the mission. So you should only have 5. Tolu, when we roll with stars, your obligation puts you under social pressure or sets off your anxiety. So for Tolu, your obligation is a little bit different because I think on this day, Tater Tot Day, you step into the mess hall and you hear the sound of someone clapping. And then pretty quickly it's joined by more slow clapping. It's the slow clap. It starts off with just a couple and then more people start to join in, and you look around the mess hall and you see that there are a whole bunch of people, soldiers, some of them operators, on their feet clapping for you.
What the fuck?
And yeah, I think somebody is I think it's gonna have to be Toby, who like waves you over to the table where he's seated with that same operator that you saw him with at the end of his ceremony.
Okay. So Tolu's gonna give just a minute finger and go and get just a bowl, like a cereal bowl full of tater tots.
Absolutely.
And then walk over and start eating them by the handful. Oh.
Have a seat, Ajaka.
Ooh, this immediately feels threatening. No?
Are you saying this to him?
Yes.
Doesn't need to be. Everybody clapped for you when you walked in because word is you handled yourself well out there.
I was pretty impressive, yeah. I didn't die. I got a pointy thingy and the bitey thingy. So, the old pointy and the bitey.
I mean, look, you cost a lot of people in this room a fair amount of money on bets, but It's always better for all of us when an operator pulls through.
All of us, including you, or...
All right, look. Not going to pretend like losing Ocean to you didn't sting. It's an important part of my family's legacy. In a lot of ways, it's one of the only connections I have to my dad and my grandfather and, the rest of my family, as far back as anyone can remember. But hey, the gods don't make mistakes, right?
You know what? It's on my heart to say, didn't you just get chosen for a robot guy? And so I'm going to say it. Didn't you just get chosen by a robot guy?
They're called engines, Achaka. Please don't make this any harder than it already is.
I think you're missing my point.
No, I'm thinking that I hear your point. They don't make mistakes. Maybe I was meant to be piloting Kiernanos. Maybe you were meant to be piloting Ocean.
Or maybe you weren't meant to be piloting anyone because you're mean.
All right. Maybe I deserve that.
I think so.
Look, why don't we call it a truce? And I'll hold out a hand for you to shake.
Tolu puts a tater tot in that hand.
Does this mean something where you're from, or?
It's as close as I get to a peace offering.
Okay. Pop it in his mouth.
Ha! That was poisoned. I'm kidding. It wasn't poisoned. And shots.
You're pretty funny.
I get that a lot. It's the crippling anxiety.
You're pretty honest, too.
Yeah, what's the point of lying? It's not like you ever do. Do you? Did you lose money on me? Did I make you lose money? Lol, 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 lol.
Well, I don't know if answering that particular question would be conducive to our budding friendship. So,
Ooh, budding feels strong. I'd say reluctant rivalry.
I mean, if you want to be rivals, I guess. But there are other options.
And what do you get out of this?
Get out of what?
This budding friendship / rivalry.
Did you ever think about maybe flying with a real squadron?
I have questions. Primarily, what? I don't know if you've seen this, but our squadron is kind of the one that survives. What have you done in the 20 minutes you've been flying? No offense, friend. Your words, not mine.
None taken, but I mean, you can't ignore the truth. You got a rabid dog. It's just waiting to be put down. You got an unknown quantity. Says they're a time traveler. I mean, Jaka, your wing commander won't even pull the trigger. And I mean, don't get me started on Choi.
I will not get you started. Don't do it. I heard what happened. I will punch you in the face too. I'm pretty good at punching.
All I'm saying is word on the street is you handled yourself pretty well out there. You're a level head. You're good in an engine. Maybe you deserve better than the rejects. Maybe I was wrong.
Well, you're definitely wrong. And I'm going to go ahead and stay with my team of rejects because, again, we're the ones who keep coming back. And you just got here. So before you go and shit all over my friends and also, you know, the time traveler, just know I would like to say that we no longer trust each other.
Oh, no.
That was a thing that came out of last game's game. So
Yep.
That doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Izzy hates that for us. Anyway, before you go and shit all over my friends, maybe think about where you are. And who knows, if you progress a little further in your personal journey of growth, maybe you can have a spot on our team.
Well, I guess what's important is all that tension between us is water under the bridge.
Totally. I am so on a bridge right now, and that water is down there. We are cool as cucumbers, my friend, and just will gently chuck a tater tot at his chest, not his face. They're friends now.
Catch it with obnoxiously impressive reflexes.
Oh, that's obnoxiously impressive.
Yeah, I think that's what they wrote down on my evaluation, actually. All right, well, keep flying with them. If you live long enough, you change your mind, you know where to find me.
In the mess hall?
Only on Tater Tot Day.
She takes her bowl of tater tots and walks away.
Okay. Which leaves the Chief and Cogs. I'll go with Cogs. I'll call on you, JT. You've got some stuff going on. You find yourself in a brand new timeline, which is maybe slightly stressful.
Yeah. I don't know if Cogs is too chuffed about that.
Well, you have sun as your lowest attribute, which is always fun because that involves scary people or circumstances, or is physically taxing.
Yeah. And I get to roll with disadvantage. That's 2 3s.
Okay. So you're going to take 3 stress. What is Cogs up to in the aftermath of jumping timelines?
I think Cogs is doing their best to ignore the very real and looming problem of their engine being dead. And has taken to commandeering part of the lab to run tests on the samples they got from the Leviathan as their sort of method of ignoring the very deeply troubling issue they now find themselves in.
Okay. All right. So you have kind of sectioned off, and I imagine you're probably doing this mostly like when the lab is deserted. So obviously there aren't like strict work hours or anything, especially not in space, but when it's, you know, significantly late enough, you know that the lab is going to be fairly empty. So it's probably on one of those nights, so to speak, here in space, where you're kind of alone in the lab. I imagine or a corner of the lab anyway. Probably the only corner where the lights have turned on. The rest of it is extremely dark.
Yeah, they're moving about quick as they can. Usually they can be decently quiet when they're doing a hands-on activity, but they're very actively mumbling under their breath as they take, you know, a sample to a centrifuge. They tap it on the counter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they put it in the centrifuge, and then they hit start, and stop and start and stop and start eventually. And they are trying to make this, albeit very simple, test and follow-up analysis take as long as possible.
And what is it you're trying to analyze?
They would like to, in some way, shape, or form, eventually discern the nature of whatever creature injured this thing.
What creature injured
The
what
Leviathan.
thing? Oh, right. Okay, cool. Interesting. All right. I like that. Okay, cool. And you are hard at work on that, but it's not something that you're going to be able to solve in, you know, one night or maybe even a few hours, if that's all you've had to work with. But I think, you know, the longer that you go on, the later it gets, until finally you startled as lights turn on in the lab. And from the entrance, which is probably fairly far away from you, I imagine you're pretty close to the back, you hear a voice that you don't really recognize call out and say, I'm sorry. Is anyone there? Sounds like a woman's voice.
I think Cox probably fully trips and drops whatever they were holding when the lights kick on, before scrambling to pick it up and look at whoever is addressing them. Yes, sorry, me. I'm working. I hope that's fine. I don't understand what the necessity of lab privileges would be when there's work to be done.
I'm not certain you're supposed to be here. I'm not
Don't
certain.
worry too much about it.
There's a woman standing there. She is fairly average height, very slim build, wearing a lab coat, kind of like a feels dumb to say science suit, but I think that is exactly what it is underneath that. It's very like form-fitting and sterile, and most of the scientists wear it while they're working in here, down to the gloves. And I think she has dark hair that's kind of in a sharp bob, kind of comes down to sort of a sharp point by her on either side of her chin. And her features are similarly very sharp, but her expression is very soft and gentle and kind of unsure of herself. She says, sorry, you're not a scientist.
Maybe not in the legal sense, but since when are we keeping track of actual job titles here, right?
Well, I mean, it is a military vessel.
Sure, but I'm
Do you have a
not-
title?
technically, I don't see that it is necessarily relevant. Operator, it's operator. My title is operator.
Oh, right. What is it that you're working on?
I can't tell you, but I need you. I need you to trust that it's very incredibly important.
You can't tell me.
No,
I mean, do you understand that from my perspective, I found you in the lab that you don't have clearance or permissions to use, and you won't tell me what it is that you're working on?
I just really need this very small part of the lab for a few days.
But for something that you won't tell me about.
Right.
Or any of us, I assume?
No.
If it was someone higher in command?
I would prefer, well, not telling you is an active attempt to avoid a higher in command finding out.
But you see how if you don't tell me, I'm gonna have to tell somebody who's higher up than me.
Right, no, I understand, but if I don't tell you, then at the very least you won't have the information and I can just make my way back.
But if you do tell me, I might be able to keep it a secret for you.
I can't offer that information without explicit assurance.
What kind of assurance?
That you won't tell anyone higher up than you, and also won't bother my work while it's working.
All right. I won't tell.
I think Cogs is just scratches their hand while they consider this. Okay, sure. I'm convinced that the Leviathans have a natural predator.
That's an interesting theory.
Even more interesting, supplemented by the fact that I have evidence that they have a natural predator. Which is what's in the tubes.
Right. And what is it you're worried about?
I don't think that the higher-ups would make this information known.
You think they'd keep it to themselves?
I think they have every reason to do so.
Are you sure that's the reason?
They think this is a lost war.
Are you sure that's the reason?
I have reason to believe it is, but I suppose I don't possess any definitive certainty.
Don't you think you've fucked up the timeline enough as it is? And I think Cogs, as she says that, you feel a strong arm on your shoulder that shoves you up against the wall. And from inside of the coat, she produces a long blade that strangely looks like the hand of a clock, which she shoves into your shoulder, pinning you to the wall. You didn't think you were the only one.
I think the only thing that comes from Cogs is a tear.
Aww.
They don't scream or gasp or resist.
You have nothing to say for yourself.
Is the arm that's holding Garg's flesh?
Appears to be.
Alright. Fox bites it.
Yeah, absolutely, you bite it. And she will let go of the other. So she had one hand on one shoulder and then shoved the blade through the other shoulder. And you bite down on her arm, and she she lets go with that shoulder, and she kind of shakes it, and she says, "Well, if that isn't exactly the kind of mess that you've been making,
you can't blame your injuries in combat on me."
you've no idea what you're doing, operator. You're guessing. You're panicking. You're flailing about.
How many times have you gone around?
You're still counting. I stopped a long time ago.
I was just wondering how worthless a gesture it would be to stab someone who you know is going to live it again.
Well, consider it a warning. I'm not going to kill you. Not this time.
You couldn't kill me anyway.
You sound so sure. For someone who doesn't even remember me.
I have to be sure that you can't, because if it were true, I'd have asked you to do it already.
Then what's my name?
I don't care.
Say it. Say you don't remember.
If I forgot your name, it's because I didn't care.
Well, that's so hurtful.
Hard to feel guilt if I don't know who you are.
I have a different theory. I don't think you remember your name. I don't think you remember anything.
What gave that away?
Cogs is kind of silly, isn't it?
It's a stupid name.
Maybe I should have one too. Maybe you could call me Hex.
What do you want?
Well, that way we're both parts of a clock. Together again. You're playing hopscotch. You're desperate. Stop it.
I'm doing what I need to do to be free.
No. You're panicking.
I not? I'm alone. There are variables I can't bring up and people I can't even trust. Not to mention, now there's someone trying to kill me in every timeline. Someone
No.
wants me to hurt.
I'm not going to kill you.
What do you want?
Honestly, I think if I told you at this point, you'd just fuck it up. The other arm that she didn't stab you with snaps out, and you feel something hard and metal hit you in the side of your temple. And everything goes dark. When you come to, Cogs, you're alone. The wound in your shoulder already seems like it's stopped bleeding. But your research is gone.
Cox leaves.
Chief.
Can we take a moment and just accept like what just happened? Can we accept the reality that you just put us in?
The way I want to scream.
You know what? That could be a good time to take a break, I think, honestly. It's about 9:30 anyway, so why don't we just go ahead and take a 10-minute break and just process all of that, and
Sit
we'll
with your feelings.
Yeah, we'll sit with our
I need
feelings
therapy
regarding
even
that.
more now.
I'm texting my therapist right now.
Odin wanted an emotional reaction. I mean,
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll be back in like 10 minutes. Don't go away. Get some water. Take care of yourself. See you real soon. Bye.
Look, I was sick this week. All I wanted was Tootsie Rolls, which you can't see because of the background. But so I got the big Child's Play bag.
Can
How
I
do
just
Tootsie Rolls
say,
help with your sickness?
Well,
What
look,
kind of question is that?
I
Well,
have a
Tootsie Rolls are
question.
medicine.
I
so-
wasn't hungry. I knew I needed calories. Soup was not cutting it, so Tootsie Rolls.
I don't like Tootsie Rolls. I'm
I
sorry.
was going
hate
to say,
Tootsie
can I
Rolls.
just say, no judgment, but Tootsie Rolls
Yeah.
are a wild choice for candy.
They're like
They're a
real
step
least
up from candy corn.
They are that. Sorry, Mac.
That makes them 2 steps up from black licorice.
2 steps up. that's
Tootsie
true.
Rolls are also gluten-free, so I can eat them.
Okay, valid.
It makes a lot of sense.
Aren't
I-
Reese's gluten free?
Cannot.
I
stand
hate
them.
peanut butter.
What?
You hate peanut butter?
I take
Wild.
offense. I'm deeply offended.
That's insane.
That's
JT's
the worst
offended.
thing you've ever said.
Affectionately.
I really don't like Reese's peanut butter either.
That's not really peanut butter though. That's just
It's
sugar.
more like a
It's like
it's
candy.
like a sugar paste.
It's
Yeah.
crumbly and
Ugh.
Yeah.
peanut butter's texture in
good.
all forms is bad for my brain.
Peanut
okay,
butter's texture,
valid.
the creamy one, I can't do. It makes me like want to gag. But
Yeah,
crunchy,
yeah.
Fun
Wow.
fact.
That's interesting because I can't stand crunchy peanut butter.
love
Right.
crunchy peanut
Fun
butter.
fact, food therapists have told me that that type of creamy, yogurty, like
I
applesauce
hate
texture is the hardest texture for like sensory issue people
Makes
to deal with.
Great.
Today I
Interesting.
learned
Which
about
I think-
myself.
Which I think means JT is neurotypical. That's what I'm hearing.
It's awful.
I
Horrible
have
of my
an
identity is
applesauce
the exact
pouches.
opposite of that.
Oh.
I have tags off my shirt, okay?
Wear my socks inside out. Part of the club.
Oh man.
Part of the club. I am autistic
Um.
for the audience, but
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no one way to be autistic. That's
It's
four
true.
four.
That is true.
Another dad who doesn't believe in autism.
oh, thanks, Dad. Thanks.
Wow.
That's Oldles over there now. Canonically.
I'm the dad now.
You can
Yeah.
both be
Oh, that's
daddy.
right.
That's not.
I'm dad.
Some people
You're
have
too-
two dads.
Some
Yeah,
people
we're
have two dads.
progressive
People do have
here.
two
You
dads.
have
We
two
could
dads.
Technically,
we
I'm
could
Jade's
do a
dad.
two dad thing.
I have
We're
3
your two
of them
dads.
now.
We could
Three
do two
dads. Three
It's
dads.
I'll
Because
go
I'm
with you.
JT's dad.
JT
Oh,
has
so
3
three.
dads.
This is
Guess
just
what
a
kind of issue I
molecule
have?
molecule of dads.
Molecule of dads.
I'm
That
the
could be
Asian
the
dad.
episode title.
Yeah.
I just walk around with my
Molecule.
hands behind my back and stare at things.
That's
Yeah.
a father cule. In
Mhm.
fact.
We don't have
It
couches
sounds like-
in our house. It's just dad chairs the entire way through,
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
do you count as a dad chair?
like a lazy boy, like a recliner.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't.
Like
say
just
I
like a
don't have
single
one,
person
'cause I do.
seat that dads can like dad nap in. You know.
Do a
Mhm.
dad nap.
Like
And then
you know,
make
just a
that
little dad
sound when
nap.
they stand up.
most
Mm.
awful, awful inhale.
Listen.
Mhm.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
We have a good
No,
time.
I don't know.
Waiting.
Yeah. We're gonna play the game now.
Way.
It's time to play the game. Let's do that.
I lost the game.
Oh,
God damn it. God damn it.
Technically, I lost it because I thought of it. I shared the love.
Logan, you
You
can't say that.
could-
It's against Twitch TOS.
you could have not done
illegal.
that. That would have been fine.
For any of you young people out here,
You're
you
grounded.
also
I know what
the game
just
is.
lost the game.
yeah.
JT, the game was a game.
No,
Before you
we're
were
not doing this
born.
again.
Sorry, harp.
Wait, does
The
JT
game
know
was
what
a
the game
thing
is?
that-
I
could
can
pick
believe
a new
Mark doesn't
victim
know what
now.
the game is. I could believe
Yeah,
that.
I can believe that.
I wish I didn't know what the game was.
I'm
Same.
sorry. I went to anime conventions as a child, so there was
Ooh.
mentions of that and a bunch of
I'm in.
of women chasing, well, each other, but with paddles that say seme and uke in it, and I'm just like, huh,
Yeah.
is this awakening something in me? Anyway,
Yeah, we've all been there.
The
Hard
answer
to
is
talk
not
Unfortunately.
about
surprising.
that stuff. I was not allowed to go to anime conventions.
That's for the best.
There were no anime conventions around here, so
It's also for the best.
I didn't start watching anime until high school.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
like 5 years ago.
That's
Yeah.
so like when it's appropriate for you to watch anime and not when we all watched it when we were way too young and left
Almost a
home
decade
alone
ago.
and stayed up too
Or-
late.
Dad let us rent the cool anime with the guy with the motorcycle on the front of it, and it was Akira.
Kira?
I was
wasn't allowed to rent
7.
it.
Here's a fun fact about Akira. That
It's for
movie
the
only
best.
has 8 Akira slides in it.
I love Akira so much. I should have
I
worn
love
my
Akira.
Akira shirt.
It
I
only
left
has
it at home
8
today.
Akira slides.
Only 8 Akira slides.
I mean,
Count
that's
it.
higher than the average amount in any media.
I was
but-
gonna
Not
say,
if you rewind it and
That's
watch
true.
it again.
I'm going to put it out there. That's a
Mhm.
respectable number of Akira slides. I don't think you need more than 8.
8 is a good number.
8 is a good number.
It's a good number. Well, let's get back into the end of our obligation phase here, shall we? And we've only got one member of our squadron who has yet to experience that, and that is Roswell Chief Garm. And I guess I'm curious, because there could be a lot of different obligations that we're exploring today, but you got a mech that's non-functioning on your hands, you got a work order to install more sensors in another,
Yeah.
you had
yeah.
an engine operator who was absent for the last mission, kind of inexplicably. Lots of different things you could be looking into.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going order of operations, like the sensors are unfortunately below getting a working mech for cogs.
Agreed.
So
yeah.
like, I would just tell cogs for now to get into Kurnos, but Kurnos is now being piloted, so we lost the mech we recovered.
Yeah, you
in a
don't have
good way.
any. You don't have any spare engines at the moment, sadly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, let's take a look over here at Chief, shall we? Because it looks like you're rolling stars.
Yep. Okay. Got 0 in that. Holy shit. Okay. Double 6s.
Nice.
Hell yeah! All right, you're not taking any stress.
Oh, I'm
On
in my
this.
element.
You are, and actually, that's a critical success, which means you're getting an additional downtime action.
I will give you the unfortunate when you have a negative, you can't get a crit success.
Ah, okay, fair. All right, that makes a lot of sense. But regardless, you are not taking any stress, which is good news.
Y'all, I'm so ready for anything that happens. Everyone else who's stressed out, I'm sorry.
You're extremely prepared. Yeah, so for stars, social pressure or it sets off your anxiety. And yeah, I mean, you've got a mech that you've got an engine that won't eng. Seems to be non-responsive
Mhm.
entirely.
Okay, let's see what we can do about this thing. I guess obligation is I'm going to be working on her.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tricky because the only time you've ever seen, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen an engine go completely non-functional before, because normally, even if it hasn't, even if it's rejected an operator, even if it hasn't picked an operator yet, it can still be piloted manually.
Mhm.
It just lacks the, the capability to transcend. But in this case, nothing's happening. In this case, it's just sitting there and even trying to operate the controls, which, to be clear, I can only assume are fucking weird
Mm-hmm.
since it's cogs. You're a little bit at a loss, and maybe that is, this would be up to Chief, but I guess maybe that makes it almost a relief when somebody from the floor of the hangar calls up, Chief, you got a sec?
Hold on, wait, what? And looks down. What's up? What?
And I think you would see standing below you Dr. Samuel Haynes,
Okay, Dr. Haynes.
chief scientist here on the Delphi.
What's up, Doc?
Need to have a word with you.
Okay. Where physical, in space, location wise?
So I'm picturing that you are in the cockpit of Antivorta, and he is standing down on the hangar level, calling up to you.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So Chief will kind of squeeze him way out of Antivorta and kind of go on the catwalk towards the dock.
Yeah. And he is awaiting you with the data pad in his hand, which he's going to hand to you, and is going to say, I'm going to need you to make this your highest priority.
Okay. Whatever. And he grabs the data pad.
And looking through it quickly, you can tell that it's installing a brand new and far more robust sensor array inside of Dangun, Grace's engine.
Okay. I think we have that already. What's this for? What are we measuring?
Vitals.
What type of vitals? Like the most basic, civvy little watch will tell you vitals. What do you need? What should I watch out for? Is what I'm asking.
These are more comprehensive, and you don't need to watch out for anything. It's routine.
So, routine as in I'm going to expect these in all of our engines, or routine as in Grace needs to be watched a little bit more than the rest of us?
I'm concerned about Grace.
Okay.
I'm concerned about her health.
Okay. Is that why she wasn't on the mission with us?
Partially. Yes, she had an episode.
Okay. And you're the one telling me this officially, or is this because I'm giving you trouble?
You're not giving me trouble. You're a concerned commander. I'd expect nothing less.
I'm not going to... I haven't been a commander for very long. Realistically, I've always been great support staff. But I really have this sneaking suspicion no one wants to really tell me what the fuck is going on. So I'll do this. It's not a big deal, installing sensors. But I would appreciate, in the future, going forward, if anyone on my team has anything going on, I get reports. Written reports. Something that I can review and talk to them about, instead of all this weird backhand sneaky shit. Okay? Is that fair?
More than fair, Chief.
Great. Fantastic. Okay. We can get that in probably before the next scramble, whatever that is. Is it my number one priority? I am down an engine here. And unless you can you get me a working engine?
Number one priority.
Is that an order?
Are you gonna make it be?
I just want to know if you catch me slacking, because I might have my own priorities here. If I'm gonna get shit for it.
The next
Like
time...
I said, this isn't a big issue, but I personally, for where I'm standing, I've gone on 2 missions now where my whole crew came back. That's a great record. I want to keep that. Do you understand?
The next time Grace goes out on a mission, I need these installed. And that is an order.
Good. I'm glad at least someone here is willing to say it.
I've never cared much for the chain of command.
Well, you chose the wrong profession to get into, Doc.
Oh, I think there are very few of us these days that chose our professions.
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything?
Well, much as I think anyone can notice a kid who's definitely troubled. But I guess I've been in this profession long enough, I can't really tell you what's normal and what's not anymore. I might not be the best person to ask. Normally, I would tell someone to talk to their doctor about that.
Just let me know if it seems like she's experiencing any problems.
You know? You tell me exactly what to look for, maybe one of those reports, and I'll keep you abreast of it.
Chief, if you think keeping anything from me is protecting her, you're mistaken.
If you think keeping anything from me is protecting her, you're also mistaken.
I'm not protecting her.
Who are you protecting?
There are things you are better off not having to concern yourself with.
Okay. That might work on some young pup. But let's be honest here. I've been in it too long to know that means you are hiding things because you don't trust me. Fine. I can accept that. But just keep in mind, it's my job to make sure these kids come home. Every single one of them. And if I find you are hiding something from me, might end up getting them killed. You can keep ordering me to do what I need to do. That's fine. And I'll do it, happily. But let's just say productivity might slip a bit as I start prioritizing what I think is best for my kids.
Before you are finished your sentence, his hand kind of clenches into a fist and he sort of bangs it on the railing of the catwalk. It says, "It's not a question of trust. Beef, this is a house of cards that we have built. A strong breeze could blow it over, could threaten it, so please believe me when I say that you know everything that it is safe for you to know." Trust me.
All right. I'll back off on this. I'll go get that installed. Make sure that everything's okay there. If Cogs can't launch on the next mission, that's fine. He survived, on average, one team member down. And when it comes to trust, trust that I am not a nice man. People think I am. People think I'm a nice guy. But you go into the canteen, go ask everyone there which one of them has a bruise or two that I've given them. I'm not afraid to show you what's important to me. And I trust you to remember that. And I also trust at some point you will tell me about that girl that looks just like her that I saw all that time ago.
Let me know when the repairs are complete.
Will do, Doc. Will do.
Turns, walks off the catwalk, and out of the hangar.
Fucker. Okay, guys, gotta change priority here. Get the sensor array. Just got it in the box. Just put it in the Duncan as soon as you can. Sorry, Artavorta. You're benched for now.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and move on into our downtime phase. Now that you've completed your obligations and you've had your strange encounters that you had to have, it's time for y'all to decide if you're interacting with each other, if you're working on a project. You can help each other heal, which I think is maybe a thing this time around. Try to upgrade the ship, or you can help prepare the Bastion for future conflicts, and in the process ask questions about things. Everybody has 2 downtime actions except Tolu, who is the unlikely hero. Does anybody have an idea of a downtime action that they would like to spend?
Yes.
All right.
I would like to go check on my dear friend and associate, ASAP. Also, we have to discuss. Oh, I mean, Grace.
Okay, got it. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably very easy for you to find Grace, even, given how little time has passed. Probably start with her room.
Okay. So Tolu will go up to the room and knock on the door in like a syncopated sort of this is a secret knock rhythm, but we've never discussed this before. It's just weird random knocking.
Cool. And everybody don't forget to clear your links, but
Right.
Yes. Grace, you hear syncopated knocking at your door.
Grace immediately knows who it is, so she gets up, opens the door, and goes, "Ta-da! I grabbed extra tots for you out of the mess hall was there last."
Amazing, you never let me down. I grabbed a piece of bread for you, and you'll just pull a piece of bread out of her pocket. It's been there for God knows how long, but
Does not matter. Grace immediately just chomps it down. Still starving, because not eating for 2 days is probably taking a toll.
Fair. Hey, so what's up? How are you? You've been gone for 2 days. What's going on? I'm not stressed out about it. I'm just asking. I'm just friendly asking in a friendly way. So if you want to answer that question anytime you're ready, go ahead and I'll be here. Thank you.
Grace peeks out the hallway, grabs Tolu by the arm, pulls you in the door, shuts it, and then shoves like a sweatshirt or on the bottom seam just to make sure no noise gets out. And okay. I woke up from a nap.
Okay. Was it like a sus nap?
Maybe. So, how I have to go see that doctor once a week,
Mm-hmm.
Because of my condition or whatever.
Sure.
Well, I don't remember going to take a nap, but I definitely woke up from one. And you had done your stuff and we're back. And I had these really weird dreams and I can't remember them.
Weird. So like, you good?
I don't know, honestly. The doctor doesn't tell me much,
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, you look fine.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
What about you though? Like what did you all do?
Oh my God. Okay. So it was crazy. Listen. So we went on this mission and there was like an injured bitey thing. And we were like, oh my God, it's so injured. Let's go capture it or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, stabby, stabby, stabby. And Chief was like, oh, we're working together as a team. You know how he like does that thing. It was wild. Also, I got one of the stabby things into the bitey thing. I don't know how I did it. It was like I saw clearly for the first time and I was like, go. I did not sync with Ocean, but I hit the target and it was amazing. And I was so sad you weren't there to see it.
Oh, I'm so sad I wasn't there to see it. What do you mean you're hitting targets without me?
I know. I didn't want to. I kind of wanted to take a picture of the moment. But again, Chief was like, oh, we're working on a target. And I was like, oh, fine, Dad, you know?
Yeah. Does Toby know?
Yeah. Okay. Wait, super weird. You can't tell anyone. Toby told me I should join his team.
Rude.
I know. Like, why would I do that, first of all? Second of all, ew. Third of all, no.
It's still weird that he asked you.
So weird. I think there's something up with him. Keep an eye on him. I don't trust him. He says we're friends now, but you know.
Isn't that so interesting that when you hit your target, now you're friends?
Suddenly we're friends, right? I think he's afraid I'm going to kill him.
You know, if I were him, I would be too.
Fair.
If not you, then me.
Things now.
Mm-hmm.
One of us. Between the two of us, I bet we could take him down. That'd be fun.
Totally. He doesn't look that tough.
He's not, probably.
We should sabotage his mech.
Wait, what are you doing right now?
Not sabotaging his mech.
I mean, flaws, right? We have all fallen short at some point.
You know what? I think we need Chief, though, because I don't really know much about them.
Do you think Chief would help? What if we tell him that we're, like, training to be like him?
Oh my gosh, secret orders?
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
Okay, great idea.
Yeah.
So we'll go tell him. We'll sabotage her mech. It'll be great.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to tell him what we're doing. We can just tell him we need something. Oh, the doctor said he was going to put extra sensors in my ship. What if we tell Chief we're putting extra sensors in his ship?
Okay,
Mech
perfect.
Person, robot thing.
This sounds great. I would love to do that with you, just as backup. Great. We have a plan.
We look out. I don't mind.
I mean,
if
I
I
also
get in
let
trouble,
get in there and stab things.
Oh, okay. No, you can do the stabbing. I can be the lookout. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen to me is they're going to put me in another nap. Like, I'm untouchable here, you know?
Sure. I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be fun? Stay with me here. Wouldn't it be fun if we could avoid the naps?
See, I would love that because I hate them so much. I'm so groggy after and hungry. I don't think they're feeding me. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. They have all these things hooked up, but there's like a file, and I need to get my hands on that file because these dreams that I'm having, I don't know if they're mine.
Weird. Wait, did we just come up with another mission?
I think we did. But first, we have to sabotage her.
Obviously. I was get that file.
Yeah.
And then I really don't have any other plans. I was going to eat some more tots.
Yeah, I'm down. I could always use more bread.
Great.
Cool.
So, like, do you want to go for a swim? They have a pool here, right?
I've
We
heard
could
about
make
a
one.
pool, but I'm not sure if it's real.
Okay. Are you feeling up to finding one?
Oh, totally.
Great.
I could
Step
use-
1.
Yeah. Step 1, pool. Step 2, Chief. Step 3, doctor.
We just came up with like a whole weekend.
We could be in charge.
I think we should be the new chief.
Don't tell Chief that. He'll be
I
upset.
won't.
Yeah. Just let him, you know.
Yeah, he'll think he's in charge.
Yeah.
Well, he's the new Reed, so somebody has to be the new chief.
There we go. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Mysterious voice in my room.
Yeah, the hidden intercom clicks off
What?
and says, "Thanks."
Thanks,
God.
conscious.
Cool. All right. Well, it sounds like you have it sounds like that maybe was a downtime action, but also you have a couple other downtime actions that you want to take collectively, which I love. So, I guess what are we rolling for this? There was a lot of catching each other up on what's going on in your lives. So, confess feels like a good one.
I was going to say confess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confess is good. I would say empathize, express. You know, you could make a case for a lot of these.
I think for me, analyze.
Okay.
Fun, sexy. Love it.
technically, this was Tolu's downtime action. So Tolu, you roll first. Grace, if you also want to spend one of your downtime actions to get links on Tolu,
Yeah.
you can do that as well.
Always.
All right, cool.
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yeah.
2 links.
Okay,
I just rolled a one die.
hold on. I just remembered this about Make a Connection.
Okay.
I'm missing someone on my screen. What happened?
Cass. I think Cass disappeared, but
Oh no.
They did.
I'm sure that they will be back.
Okay, well, really quick. So, if it's something the other character would appreciate, if Grace would appreciate it, that player can offer an extra die. Just-
Right. Yes, I often forget about that. So thank you, Logan.
So I'll do that.
Okay. Did Tolu? Did you also appreciate? Well, no. It would be
It'd be me doing it.
if it's something the other character would appreciate. So yeah, if Grace would appreciate this, if Grace would appreciate Tolu coming and finding her and talking to her like this, then Grace would get an extra die.
Okay.
No.
Tolu gets an extra die.
Tolu gets an extra die. Yes.
Oh, okay.
that.
I will take that, and I get to
Because
pick
it's
the
still-
Because
higher
it's your
one.
downtime action,
Yeah,
technically.
Correct. Yeah.
So I roll 2 dice now
Yes.
again, but I choose the higher one this time.
Yes.
Oh.
Look at us learning.
Yep. You're
Nice.
figuring it out.
Love it.
That's 2 4s.
That is more links. That is 3.
Woohoo.
That is 3 links, and then because Grace is also spending a downtime action on this, Tolu, if you appreciate, I guess we can say Grace being so receptive, and
We
like,
came up with a whole plan, Will. I
yeah,
don't know if you were
came
there.
up with like 3 plans.
We did.
Several
It
plans.
sounded like. So you can give Grace an extra die if you want to, Tolu.
I would love to.
Cool.
Besties. I got 3 total, 2 and 1.
That is 2 links with Tolu. So
Awesome.
Tolu, you have 3 links with Grace. Grace, you have 2 links with Tolu.
I'm going to use those links so hard.
Yeah, you are.
Please use links. They save your butt so much.
It's so true.
They're
It's so
helpful.
true. Yeah, what else we got going on? It sounds like you're gonna try to go find the chief.
Yes. Because I get 2 downtime actions, right?
You get 2. Yeah,
So
Tolu
we
has
can
3.
piggyback off of that and then go find the chief.
Yes, if you want to spend your second one on make a connection. Yes.
I'll do that. That makes sense.
That I think, like, if you are setting right off on your plan, it may kind of make sense to just smooth transition. You know he's probably in the hangar, especially because you have this requisition work order to install new shit in Dangun. And I think it's safe to say that that's exactly where you find him. You hear sounds of work being done. You see that there's scaffolding that's been erected around Dangun, and there are more crew members milling about.
What are you doing?
Grace, is that you?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Okay, hi. Working on Dangun.
Is it the sensors?
What, they told you about the? Oh yeah, it's the sensors.
Yeah, Doc said something about me not or taking too many naps and monitoring or something.
Naps? What type of naps? Wait, what? Wait, okay. And like he is coming towards the both of you, like where he was. He's just coming down, like, oh, okay. What's happening? You're taking too many naps?
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
Are you sick?
We call them
Do-
sus snaps.
Yeah, because I'm not sure about them.
Are you sick? Do I need to get you like soup, or like, are you okay? Like,
It would be great because it goes great with bread, but that's not the point right now.
okay.
I'm not sick, but
Okay.
apparently there's something wrong with me that causes me to go into these like coma things, sus naps, which is what we call them.
Snaps.
Yeah, normally they don't last that long, but this one lasted like a couple days.
Wait, is that why you weren't available?
Yes.
Okay. And no one told me. Great.
They didn't tell you?
No,
How did they not
me
tell
either.
you?
They told you Grace wasn't available.
They didn't tell me why, but yeah.
They did not.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't tell you about the naps.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I'm doing that. That's happening. Don't worry, it'll be fine. It won't take long. You'll be ready to go next time we sortie. So.
Okay. I mean, I don't really know what they're for, because honestly, you should know this too, but between you and us, and
Mhm.
I guess them, I don't know about these naps. I don't remember taking a nap. I remember going to get tots.
Oh my
No.
god, the tots betrayed you.
The tots aren't betraying you.
I
it's
think
not
they
the
would
tots.
betray. You would also be taking
Yeah.
naps.
They're
all
spiking the tots.
Fair. Okay.
We're
Okay, good
all
pot.
eating the tots.
It might be the bread though.
They're
The bread
spiking the
betrayed
bread.
you.
Grace, I've
The
had the
calls
bread
coming
too.
from inside the tot.
No, I've had the bread. I've had the tots. I don't think it's the food.
Okay.
I am concerned, and unfortunately, the person that I would ask to help, I'm very suspicious of right now. So,
Who's suspicious?
Dr. Haynes.
Oh, I mean, he's kind of. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. He's always there when I wake up.
Wait,
Also sus.
have you ever woken up from these naps at your own bunk, or is it always in the lab? Or with
Oh, no.
doing the
So according to Dr. Haynes, I pass out, fall on the floor, which is really funny because like no one's ever told me, you know, because like if you saw someone passing out and falling on the floor, you would think that like that would be like the talk of the town, especially me, you know, haha, Grace fell on the floor because everyone's trying to work for my downfall. But like nobody ever asked me about it. And so Dr. Haynes will, according to him, I pass out, fall on the floor. He just happens to always be there, I guess. And I wake up in medbay. Every time.
And no one else comments or notices.
Yeah,
this
but
is happening.
honestly, I think that nobody else really talks to me about much. You know what I mean? They all kind of... Y'all are my, like, only friends.
Aw, bestie.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's fine. Because I'm weird. I get it. But, like, it always feels like everybody's whispering around me, but never at me. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm sure it's fine. He says there's something wrong with my brain or something. He doesn't know what it is. But it explains the nightmares. So, but that's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. We're here because we need your help.
Yeah. Okay. What do you need help with? What can I help? What can I do you for?
We need access to Toby's robot thing.
We're gonna do sensors on it.
Yeah.
To monitor him. And make sure he's okay.
Mm-hmm. He could be a spy.
Don't know.
Nope.
Okay.
And you know how to do that. And we don't. So
We just want to learn from you.
yeah, teach us.
Okay. So what I'm getting at, what I'm hearing in my ears right now is that you want to install sensors in a mech to make sure that the pilot is okay? Is that's what you want to do?
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good news. Sensors are already there.
What?
We generally just have sensors to keep track of vitals.
Right.
Mhm.
Those, no, I mean like the extra ones. Like the ones I'm getting, I want to put those in.
Those are important for looking.
Yeah, Dr. Haynes told me.
It's a doctor, Chief.
Yeah. Okay. Bullshit detecting, is that a thing I have?
I mean,
Roll to detect bullshit.
it'd be hard not to.
Okay.
For
I
a
imagine we're
variety
not
of
very good
reasons.
liars.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay. Listen, team. That's very commendable that you are caring about someone who I think honestly is probably not someone that you should care about at all. I don't
So
think
true.
he's important for your lives, your daily lives, to be successful operators. So here's my suggestion. If you really care about the guy's safety, maybe go talk to his team lead. See what he can tell you. If
That
you
is
want
such a.
to,
Go ahead.
well, if you want to look at the Kuranos, see how he's doing, we can go, pop the hood and go take a look. But I mean, it's at this point, it's a pretty bare bones engine. It kind of got eaten up by Ati a bit, so it's lost a little bit of its, I guess, flavor. Is that makes the most sense in this context?
Oh my god, and we just want to reflavor it. Add a little spice, add a little cinnamon, some cumin,
Pretty bland right now.
It's so bland.
Okay. You just want to. At this point, I just don't know what to do. Like, you see, like, I can't just let you in it and touch it without training. Do you want training? I can give you training.
See,
That's a
that's
thing-
it. No, that's it. Okay, sorry. We didn't really want to install sensors. We were lying, in case you couldn't tell.
Sorry.
The
I
thing
could
is-
tell. I just didn't know why you were lying to me, and I want to know why.
It was a fun game.
Yeah. Well, all right. So you're like the new Reed now, right? Which means there needs to be a new chief.
And both of us together are like almost half your age. So
Mhm. Technically, we don't qualify yet, but
close.
so close. And if you
Okay.
add
Okay.
together, we're like beyond qualification. So
Chief plus.
Mm-hmm. And what's better than 1? 2. So if you, unfortunately die or get incapacitated,
Oh,
who's
God
going
forbid.
to, no, we won't want that ever, but who's going to be able to take over, doing the tinkering thing that you do?
Probably the crew I already have trained.
They're not going to be out on mission.
Yeah, come on. Think critically, Chief. That's what you're always saying, probably, maybe, one time.
I'm sure I've heard it before.
There's definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
We just want to be like you.
That's very sweet, and I would normally heavily encourage that. Okay. Can we do like a shadow thing right now? Can we just do a shadow and you can see what I do?
Yes.
Because I can't really stop what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna be putting sensors in Duncan. Do you want to watch me do that?
How similar would you say Sungun and I forgot the name.
Theranos?
Yes, are.
I mean, engines are basically on the same principle with a little bit of difference here or there. I mean, if you want to, you have to know how to get into it
For
at
sure.
any point. So,
Mhm.
emergency if you're not in the battlefield or something like that. Different generations, so not 100% one for ones, but pretty damn close. You ever driven a shuttle or something?
They
something
don't let
like
me
that.
drive shuttles.
I have a very nice camera.
Okay, I was just gonna say, have you ridden a bike?
As a child.
Grace, have you ridden a bike?
Oh my god, I've never ridden a bike. Let's ride bikes. Part 4.
I don't think I have ridden a bike. Although I have a weird memory of riding a bike, but I don't think I've ever ridden. I don't know how to ride a bike.
Okay,
Weird.
so piloting an engine is like riding a bike. It feels a little bit different, but you get the basic muscle memory. So Dungan is like Kuranos in that if you were sitting in Kuranos, you would know how to operate it, right? But
we
it
would
would,
know how to sabotage. No, go ahead. Go on.
Achoo. I sneezed.
okay, I'm putting a lot of trust in the both of you. Just follow me. I'm gonna go look at Dungan for a bit, and maybe you'll learn something.
That's all we wanted.
Grace sticks her hand behind her back for a quick high five.
Love this.
someone hear a high five sound?
I sneezed.
There's
Okay,
something
are
in the
you
air.
You're both sneezing. Are you sick? I need to get these kids soup.
So,
Come on, let's go.
yes, with all of this being said, Grace, you said you were spending a downtime action to establish links with Chief. Tolu,
Yeah.
are you spending a downtime action to establish links with Chief?
Please.
Chief, are you spending one or both of your downtime actions?
I'm not actually. I am.
Cool.
I am like passive in this.
Yep.
I'm trying to feel a little bit. I'm trying to be nice to the kids, but they're trying my patience right now.
They sure are. So yeah, I assume you're going to give both of them extra dice.
Absolutely.
All right. So then, Tolu, Grace, you tell me what you want to roll for this.
Conceal.
Yeah.
Oh, conceal
jeez.
for sure.
Yeah.
That means
Yep,
I get
100%.
3.
Ugh.
We got a 4, a 3, and a 1.
If
Okay.
I have
All right.
0, does that mean I roll 1?
Yes.
You have a thingy, so you rolled 2.
Right? So
No?
instead of rolling 2 and taking the lower, you'd roll just the extra die that you got.
Oh, okay,
and
right.
take
Okay.
whatever that is.
Got it.
Grace, you get 3 links with Chief.
It's a 5.
And great. Yeah, you get also 3 links with Chief.
Woohoo! So linked.
So linked indeed. Trading off Tolu, you still have 1 downtime action, which doesn't mean that you can't carry on shenanigans with Grace. It just means that you're going to be the only one benefiting from whatever that downtime action is. But let's take a moment from the Tolu and Grace show. And Chief, what are you spending a downtime action on? One or both of yours, whatever you're thinking.
Yeah. So unfortunately, repairing an engine has to be done by the person who is intending to pilot it. I don't have any intention to pilot Antivorta, so I can't actually do anything in that realm.
That is the help a friend heal.
Yes, because you have to do that to heal the engine.
Yes. Yeah.
Really quick, is someone actually hurt? Does someone have any level of harm?
I thought
I
JT.
thought- Yeah.
Okay,
JT.
we got 2
I
people
have
with harm.
big harm.
You have what level? First? Third level?
Yeah.
Oh, shite.
Traveler's
was-
Despair.
That was the effect of the time travel.
And I just got nibbled on. So.
Yeah. I don't like level 3 harm because level 3 harm means that like you need help to do anything.
It's rough.
So as whatever I'm doing with Grace and Tolu, excuse me. Afterwards, after I've kind of shown them a little bit of how the sensors, I want to find wherever the hell Cogs is, and I guess try and help them through whatever's going on, because I noticed that was not good. Something is wrong. Something is off with Cogs.
If you thought something was wrong with Cogs before.
No, I have normalized Cogs, and now Cogs has become a little bit abnormal, which it's hard to do. That's impressive, actually.
But what I mean is that you haven't seen Cogs since the application phase.
Oh, yes.
But I think that is a very interesting point. I would ask JT, where is Cogs at this moment?
Hold on. I
I was going to take care of it, but
gotta mod real quick. There we go. Cogs is probably with Antivorta, just kicking the bucket of bolts, moving things around.
yeah, I think
very, very neurotically, I will add. Like, it is with a great precision that does not need to be as precise as Cox is doing it.
Yeah, I want to say you hear a clatter from behind you as Tolu and Grace move on, and you see just like objects being thrown out of Antivorta.
Oh shit. Okay. Who's in Antivorta? What's going on?
You see Cogs pop up, knock on Antivorta about 5 times, counting under their breath. Can I help you?
Yeah. See, you're working on her?
I am attempting to. I don't want you to be without one of your team members again. especially when it's entirely my fault for putting her in this condition.
It's not entirely your fault. A mission has a lot of variables here.
Not the kind of variables that you can see. Damn it.
Cogs, what's going on? Calm down.
Okay, listen. I adore Tolu. I think she's a fine addition to the team. If I had not intervened, she would have been paced on that planet.
Yeah, you did a good thing.
No, I don't think you understand. I abandoned a whole timeline for her. And now my mech isn't working, and I can't hear Antivorta anymore, and I'm alone.
Okay, I don't quite understand. But first things first, you're not alone. I'm here. The rest of the team is here. That's true. Physically, I am here. You can't deny that.
That's not what I'm denying.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad we have at least established something here.
You're telling me you don't feel just the least bit isolated on this team?
I am never really isolated, Cox. I'm always surrounded by people who I care about and by machines I care about.
But you are a phenomenal pilot. You are one of the best operators I have ever seen, and I have watched you pilot over 3,000 missions. Some of them I can't even remember, but you are almost always the last one to come out of it.
That's not because I'm a good pilot, Cogs.
That's exactly because you're a good pilot. You're a great pilot. You shouldn't be... I don't know how to explain this.
Well, take your time if you need to, but I'm just going to say, I'm not a good pilot. I'm decent at best. What I'm good at is making sure that my team's okay, that they're doing all right. That's what I'm good at. I'm not an ace. I'm a mechanic.
Just think what you could be on a team of pilots who aren't such deep and troublesome anomalies.
Okay. Cogs, you claim that you've seen me on 3,000 plus missions, something like that, right? Before you met me, before you met Chief, there was Roswell. And Roswell was just a guy on a team who lost a lot of his friends. I'm standing here today because I made a lot of fucking mistakes. But I was lucky enough to come out not unscarred. I'm covered in scars, literal, figurative, it's all there. I'm not special, Cogs. The people on my team make me special, if at anything at all. So I know Antivorta's, she's not talking right now. I'll fully admit I haven't seen anything quite like this before, but it doesn't mean I won't help you figure it out now.
I'm sure you're right. I just think that it's a shame for us to have to drag you down with us.
You are being pretty defeatist right now. And
what do you mean?
Honestly, it's not very becoming of someone as talented as yourself.
I'm not talented. I'm not. I have had to live through 3,000 iterations of the exact same thing up until this one.
But you lived.
I don't have a choice.
Okay. Does that mean you're just gonna give up?
I don't have a choice. I have to keep moving onward. Everything I try, everything I do results in either me dying and starting over, or someone else trying to stab me for even remotely making any progress, or trying to figure out whether or not Grace is which Grace, or I don't know what's up with Tolu. She's new.
So, Tulu's new. You know Grace is maybe not Grace. Pogs, you know a thing I know you're not supposed to know. I figured that out. And frankly, I've kind of given up on trying to figure out why that is the case, because it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you come home. So, let me help you. If you're stuck in this loop that you can't get out of because you die, or the mission fails, or you jump timelines, whatever that one means, let me help you by working together on this. Let's make a plan, some kind of plan.
I want to fix my mech.
Let's fix your mech. Let's get her going again. We'll get that engine humming so she can sing.
Have you ever been close to ego death?
If I'm gonna be honest with you, Cogs, I don't think it's real.
That is very interesting.
I don't think you can truly separate someone's ego from their soul.
The cogs will reach into their tank top, which does have a torn strap on it because they use that to wrap up the stab wound, and will pull out their book. We'll flip to a page of Ego Death Restarts, and we'll show Chief. I wouldn't normally be this upset, but even when it's come to her being too damaged or me being too damaged, it almost always results in ego death and not abandonment.
What was it like? What is ego death like, Cogs?
I don't know if it's the same for every god, but it is everything to me. Which is why she needs to be up and running again. I can't do this without her.
On that, you and I are in agreement. Let's start working on her. It's one step we can take to maybe getting you out of this cycle.
Very well.
And I want to roll empathize with that.
Aw.
Just trying to remember rules for that. I just roll appropriate. Advanced recovery clock according to results. It's only a 2. So.
Will, you're muted.
Yep, Will, you are muted.
All right. Yeah, even with the 2, you mark 2 segments on your healing clock, Cogs. Love that. Cogs, you have 2 downtime actions. You could make a connection here with Chief since you had this exchange if you want to, but if you want to save them for other things, that's up to you.
I mean, I want to spend one of them on fixing Antivorta.
Yes. Yeah, that is why I asked. So if you don't want to spend to make a connection here, that's totally fine. Like if you want to do the helping a friend recover for Antivorta, and then something else, then you don't have to make a connection. But if you want to do that and also make a connection, that's an option.
Yeah, well, then let's make a connection, Chief.
Okay.
Aww.
Let's do it. What do you want to roll for that? I mean, confess makes sense, but there could be any number of other options.
And I'm also giving you that bonus die.
And also the bonus die.
I'd like to pitch you Analyze, because Cogs is attempting to navigate a new relationship. Especially one with Chief, who I think they have maybe written off before as just being, the guy in charge, the guy who fixes the machine.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I like Analyze. It feels very fitting to how Cogs approaches these things. So roll 2 dice, 2d6.
Oh, it's a 6. 6 and a 3.
Hell yeah. You get 4 links with Chief.
Give them to me. A baby.
Void.
Baby.
Riff-raff.
The void beckons.
Hi, kitty. Oh.
Oh, what a sweet baby.
He just likes to sit on my lap while I play games. He is my baby.
Hell
The
yeah.
void has opinions.
Before we get to Antivorta, Troyan, you have not done any downtime actions. I'm curious what you would like to do.
Added a new thought to my bad idea page.
Love that for all of us.
I want to work on a long-term project.
Ooh, okay. All right, I love that. So we're going to be starting a clock there that you're going to have to keep track of, but I do need to
Okay.
know what you are setting out to accomplish.
Well, about that. How many spaces do I have to put on the clock? Like, is it 12? Is it a 1-for-1?
That fully
Like-
depends what you want to do. I have to decide based on what you tell me.
The standard is 6.
The standard is 6. If it's more complicated than that,
I want to take control of the last bastion.
okay. In what sense? Like in terms of her systems? Because when we talk about the last bastion, we're talking about the whole fleet, but specifically you mean the Delphi, right?
I do mean the Delphi.
Okay, cool.
And that's the thing, is I don't know if I need to do an investigate roll to see, because the feeling Alki and Ati got after having their little chat with Odin is that he's not entirely human. And so she wants to remove him from the equation. Maybe consume him. And if the humans need somebody to follow, Chief and Cogs are pretty good at that.
Okay. So what you are describing to me sounds more like you want to kill Odin
Yeah.
than you want to take control of the last bastion.
Me, Cassidy, I have a sneaking suspicion that the Delphi is an engine and that Odin is its operator.
A thought?
It's a thought.
It's an above the table thought, unless it's a
an
thought that
above the
Troyan
ta-
is having.
It's a little of both.
Sure.
I don't
that's
think
totally
Troyan's
fine.
probably there yet.
Right.
Hence my second action being an
Right.
investigate, but there are little strings linking together
Sure.
between Ati and Alki and them together as Troyan.
So it sounds to me like this might be a series of projects, and the first
Yeah.
one might be figure out what powers the Delphi, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that is fair. That is going to be a little bit complicated, especially given your
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
So I
Am
think I'm
I
going to
allowed
call
out of my
that.
room right now?
Well, you are never allowed out of your room unsupervised is the main issue.
Yeah, it's fine. Mason's cool.
Sure. Try to find out how cool, but I'm thinking I'm going to call this. This is a pretty big deal. I think I'm going to call this a 10-segment clock.
Okay. I can work with that.
And if you want to start working on that now, you can tell me what action you want to do and what that looks like, and then roll it. And it doesn't have to be the same thing each time, also.
I think if she's allowed out of her room today,
You have
I
like
think-
an hour of hanger time, as we've established.
I do have an hour of hanger time. There are sensors that are in every mech, in every engine. And I assume they made her put some into Ati. Can I?
Yeah, there are definitely some that have been installed into Ati.
Yeah. Can I hijack them to scan the Delphi for similar outputs?
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that's very cool. Yeah, during your hanger time, you can attempt to do that. What action do you want to roll for that?
Preferably
see
when I
how
have
you do.
dice in, but that's not a lot right now.
I mean,
I think perceive or analyze makes most sense.
yeah, those do make sense. You're not transcended, so you won't have dice in them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty defiant.
It is pretty defiant.
I'd accept that.
Okay. So that's what is that one dice?
One
Or-
dice, 1d6.
One dice. Okay. Here we go. Roll off my mat. That is a 4.
Okay. With a 4, you are marking 3 segments on your clock.
Okay.
Jesus.
Let him cook. Okay.
Very cool. And so you did that. And I think the last thing that I want to do, probably before we call it for tonight and finish the last of our downtime actions next time,
Mm-hmm.
is take a look at Antivorta with Cox. Since we know exactly where your last downtime action is going, JT, how are you setting about to heal Antivorta? Because, I mean, you and Chief, I think you go over it pretty much from head to toe. And, 1 second.
He's crinkling so loud.
Baby crimes.
The negotiation. This is what kills me.
It is a negotiation that will fail, speaking from experience.
Yeah.
He did stop, but he's going to start again as soon as I start talking. You've been over Antivorta with Chief, and in terms of your systems, in terms of everything, there doesn't seem to be a problem.
I don't know how to fix this.
Am I still there when this is happening?
I think for this, I want to make it Cogs alone. Chief, you do your best. You look over it, but you have to get those systems installed because you could be sent out for a mission at any moment.
Fair.
So Cogs, yeah, it's just you and Devorta for all intents and purposes.
I think once the once over is done, Cogs would probably clamber into the cockpit and just sort of slump down in the chair. And maybe fruitlessly just attempt to connect and like truly connect as with as much mental force as they can.
Yeah, and I mean, what does that look like? What does that sound like? Are you saying anything? Because for this action, you get to pick what action you're rolling, so it can kind of look however you want, and the effectiveness is what's going to determine how well Antivorta is doing, basically.
I think it is probably. I imagine there being plenty of clocks or clock-shaped entities in the cockpit, and the way that Cogs connects is finding a way to sort of synchronize them all. So I think Cogs is very frantically moving around the cockpit as much as he can, setting the clocks in motion, stopping them, setting them in motion again. There are no words and no sounds, but there are tears. As this sort of neurotic, obsessive counting hits its peak as Cogs swings a pendulum, counts 5 swings, and then stops it, and then moves to another one, and does 5 turns on a gear inside another clock. Just very frantic, but very measured. You're muted.
Sorry. I love that a lot. What do you want to roll?
I think flow, which I don't have any points in unless I'm transcended, but flow
I was going to say this actually.
Okay.
I think for the purpose of this roll, I will let you make it as if you are transcended.
Okay.
Flow is an option. You'd have more dice with analyze, which I think also makes sense since you're doing more of that stuff.
I would normally argue analyze for Cogs, but I do not think that they would be particularly analytical in this moment.
Okay, I love it. The only other thing that I'm going to add in this particular moment is that I'm going to let offer you a poison promise. I'm going to offer you a poison promise for Antivorta's sealed impulse, which is feral.
Okay.
So if you accept this, you get an extra die.
But the sealed impulse becomes unsealed, if I'm
Correct.
understanding. I accept.
Okay.
Join me on Team Feral.
So roll your 2d6.
Okie dokie. Crack up the middle one. Part of this. That is a 5 and a 2.
Okay. All right. Sorry, 1 second. Just a little overhead pass
Baby
here.
and baby crime.
Baby and baby crime. All right. With a 5, you get to tick off its recovery clock. Normally, that would be 3 segments. But I think I'm going to say for Antivorta, since you got so close, you can do 4 ticks of the recovery clock, which means that you're going to clear 1 of Antivorta's strength. Which means that in this moment of desperation, of Cogs crying and counting and swinging this pendulum around and trying to adjust all of the different clockwork components that make up the inside of Antivorta, right as you were about to give up, the clock faces crack. But your engine hums to life.
The clocks synchronize, and were anyone watching, they would see Cogs's body go from tension to like full pure relaxation as they just sit back in their cockpit and stay connected with Antivorta as long as they can without risking anything further.
And I think there's all that comfort. There's all the familiar feeling of being connected to this engine, this divine spark that you've connected to so many times before, that you've disappeared into so many times before. A connection unlike anything any of the other engine operators have ever experienced, because you've experienced it multiple times, and it feels familiar and it feels comforting. But in that moment, one thought, one memory creeps into your head. So you hear this sort of ghostly echo. You didn't think you were the only one, did you? And that's where we're going to end this episode of God Complex.
OMG.
There it is.
Dang.
Oh. There's a cliff. I'm hanging over it.
I am dangling.
Have we had an episode not end on a cliffhanger?
Technically,
Like
at the end of a mission, it's not a cliffhanger because, like, we resolve what's happening.
an emotional cliffhanger.
Oh, well, no, like, no.
I
Love
usually
an
find a
emotional
way to slip a little bit of
You-
something
you-
in at the end of the missions.
Phrasing.
Hey, Will.
Wrong channel. Yeah, what's up? We got to go around and do our introductions and talk about where everybody can be found. JT will be going last, as per tradition, to talk about channel stuff. But Cass, do you want to kick it off?
Oh yeah, that's right. Alphabetical order. Okay.
Yeah.
What is today? The 27th? 26th. I know time.
26th.
So I will not be on your screens until next Saturday with the launch of Paths of I can remember the name of the game I'm in. Paths of the Fates, the Star Wars Force and Destiny game that is starting over on Tales from the Table Studios. It's gonna be so much fun, guys. And that starts, it's a day game on Saturday on the 5th, and then begins a very busy week for me because the 6th will be Fragments of Tomorrow's Apocalypse, our City of Mist game over on Singularity. The 7th, I am playing my character's final episode of Queensgate Chronicles over on Queensgate Chronicles, which is the game my buddy Sin has written, and we are play testing. And then I will be over on High Shelf Collective the next night on the 8th playing Morkborg, where Kian is going to kill me. Potentially more than once. Because Morkborg, I've never played before. I'm having fun reading through the book. There will be some familiar faces over there. Oh, we're gonna die. It's great. And then I'll be back here on the 10th for more God Complex, and then more Paths of the Fate on the 12th. And that is the beginning of my October. My October is filling up very quickly. I don't have a problem. We're not going to start counting.
Clearly
But yeah,
not.
I have been Troy and Mutt and Alki Troy and Ati, and everything's fine in my head.
Couldn't agree more.
Mhm.
Izzy and friend.
Oh, no, she didn't like being called a
Now
friend.
just
She's
Izzy,
like,
so
I'm the
sorry.
star.
Yes.
Hi, thanks so much for joining us. I've been Tolu Ajaka, the unlikely hero, call sign Bumblebee, god name Ocean. I think that's all the things worth mentioning. Find me every Wednesday wherever you listen to your podcasts with Pod Against the Machine, a Pathfinder 1E walk through the adventure path Iron Gods. It's got wizards, it's got spooky dragons, it's got robots, all the things. So come on, guys. And that's it. Oh, you can follow me on Twitter if you want. Z_mist, Mr. the Y, because fantasy.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be a TTRPG stream if we didn't get rated as we were doing outroductions. So welcome, raiders.
Hey.
We're wrapping up for the night, but
Hello,
welcome
hi,
on
Shell. Hi.
Hi, Health Shelf.
in. Logan.
Hi, I'm Logan, also known as Logan the GM. You can catch me most places there. I spell my name funny. The A is called a turn A, so that's a funny thing that I do. You can catch me here every other Thursday where I'm playing Chief. I am resident dad now. Where there's so many dads. Our father cule is
Mad
growing.
dads.
I love a father cule. Outside of that, you can catch me actually this on High Shelf Collectives, which hi High Shelf. You'll seeing me on the 5th playing Cyborg, the sci-fi cyberpunk version of Morkborg. I built my character last night. We had our session 0. I have a dude that has like subdermal like shocky skin, so if I get hugs I hurt people. So that's just what's happening. Outside of that, you can also catch me every once in a while working on stuff for Apocalyptic Unlimited. Apocalyptic Unlimited, for those who are not informed, is an all POC TTRPG collective that has the goal of raising all the voices of POC within the TTRPG space. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That is sporadic because we have projects all over the place. I thought I was gonna have a project started at the end of this year, but it turns out that I forgot that holidays exist. So next year, very soon, you'll be seeing a lot of my projects taking off there, and yeah, I'm excited to be back. This game tonight, I'm in my feels. So throwing all the roses. Go to whoever's next.
Absolutely. That would be Oldles.
Oldles.
I'm just gonna change my name now. I'm Youngles, but we've all discovered that I'm the oldest one here. So came from, which is fine because that means I get to be in charge. No, I'm kidding. You can find me here doing this. You can also find me in other spaces, and I'm nominated for an NJ Webfest Award for Best Costume for my most popular project, which is Eater One by Night, which is a very near and dear character and show to me. It takes place in Korea. And I get to play a Korean character, and that was really cool. I'm also going to be in some stuff that doesn't come out till January, so I can't really talk about it. And check out Voices in the Woods because a couple of us are in that as well. And I do have something coming up next week, 12-sided stories for some fun Halloween shenanigans. So if you like Halloween shenanigans, which I'm really good at, you can come check that out and find me on Twitter and stuff.
Can confirm. Hello. Hi, my name is Will. I was your storyteller this evening, and I played everybody else. All the NPCs in this game that you love to hate. You can find me all over the internet at AWillMScream, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. Tomorrow, I will be over at Exquisite Corpse Presents, playing Metalliteens in the City of Tomorrow, where I play Everett Jones, a superhero name yet to be revealed. He's the Bull Playbook. He's a cinnamon roll. Very good. And What else we have going on? Sunday night is Academy H, the mass actual play podcast that I make over at Live from the Apocalypse, which I should probably also talk about. It's normally where you can find me. It's the not-for-profit TTRPG charity channel that I co-founded about 3 years ago. We do too many games over there to get into them, but you can see some of these faces over there and various things if you want as well. Academy H will be recording 2 new episodes of that podcast on Sunday. It is in a little bit of an editing hiatus right now, so we're recording new episodes live on Twitch, but we're not releasing new ones at the moment. We will be soon, hopefully. But if you need your Live from the Apocalypse podcast fix, a new episode of Cryptid Community College, Season 2 of Cryptid Community College, our Monster of the Week actual play podcast set in West Virginia, will be coming out on Sunday. So you can listen to that. You can catch us recording Academy H if you want to. The only other thing I have to plug is Monday. You can catch me back here on Entropy Emporium for the second episode of Public Access Converge, which is a lot of fun, very chaotic. I had a lot of fun with the first episode. I can't wait to see where it goes. But speaking of Entropy Emporium, turn it over to JT.
I don't know what connection those two things have, me and Entropy Emporium. Hi, I'm JT. I was Cox tonight. A lot angstier than I had initially anticipated, but we flow with the characters that come to us, I suppose. You can find me at WeebG all over the internet. You can also find me at Entropy Emporium all over the internet. That's right, I run the socials for this. I am in no other way related to this channel, except that it's technically mine. We have a lot of really great GMs here, though, which I will get to in just a moment. As for other games, at the moment, you can find me every other Wednesday on High Shelf Collective. Also, thanks for the raid. Running Beacons of Farley. We are in Arc 3. It is our last arc of my post-apocalyptic 40K-ish inspired Forsaken planet. The heroes are back in time, and they need to figure out how to get back rather quickly so they can get back to their families. But more on that next Wednesday, if you would like to come check us out. It's been a very fun game. As for Entropy Emporium's schedule, as Will mentioned, every Monday for the next 2 Mondays, we have Convergence, which is a public access anthology game run by Kian. Both of the casts for this anthology series have been very fun and entertaining to watch, except for Will, I think. I'm joking. Will is always phenomenal.
No, I agree.
What? No, you don't get to agree. I was joking. Every other Tuesday, you can catch They Call Us Villains, which is our Masks horror actual play, run by JD, over from Live from the Apocalypse. Every other Thursday, you can catch this. You just watched it. It's God Complex. It's run by the very good and cool, and I promise I was joking. You are so good at what you do. Will, also technically from LFTA, we got a lot of friends over there at Live from the Apocalypse, and we got a lot of friends over at High Shelf Collective and other places, Apocalyptic Unlimited as well. Fridays, including tomorrow, bi-weekly, I run a homebrew 5e game called The Weird Wilds War. It is a very fun cast and a very fun game. Come check it out if you feel like it. And then every other Saturday, including this Saturday, is Invisible Sun, our Blooming in the Rot, our Invisible Sun actual play, where I play the nicest man on Earth. We got a few other projects coming up that you have to look forward to, but I can't talk about yet because they aren't ready. But there are. I'm very proud of this stuff that we're cooking up here. Go check out everybody here. We are going to throw the raid over at LFTA. I think they are streaming their Never Embers Enigma. I think.
That's one way to say it.
What is the other way to say it?
I'm not going to say it on your channel. That would be unfair.
Why? Well, no. Go ahead.
I'll tell you we're off the air. It's a stupid joke.
Okay.
It was just a joke for Cass. It's fine.
I hate you.
Okay. So we're gonna raid over. Stick around, support them, shout at them in chat, spend channel points on good stuff if you have it, or bad stuff if you're feeling particularly chaotic. But yeah, we'll catch you on the flippity flop.